Hello, this is Mr. Sierra. I want to do a video review of everything we've been covering in class. We've been talking about solids, liquids, and gases. But first, before we started talking about these, we started talking about particles. And we knew what particles are now. We know that they are made out of atoms. They can combine each other with each other to create new things. We're going to be talking about that in the future. But first of all, I want to review what is a solid. A solid is, of course, anything that has a definite shape and a definite volume. So this wheel would be a solid, and so would be the book. However, there are different types of solids, amorphous and crystalline. I mentioned that a crystalline solid is salt. You can take a close look at it and you can actually see the crystals. And the other type of solid is amorphous. Amorphous paper would be an example of amorphous. And right here I have some salt that if you take a closer look at it, you can actually tell the crystals in them. Anyways, liquids is the next state of matter, and it has two different properties. First of all, they have surface tension, and they also have viscosity. Show what surface tension was, and I gave this example in class that normally this paper clip would sink in water because it is denser, but if you take a close look at it, it is actually floating. Well, it's not really floating, it is being held up by the surface tension of the water. The surface of the water acts like a skin that keeps the paper clip up. If anything were to disturb this skin, it will sink to the bottom. The other property of liquids that I talked about was viscosity. And you can see in certain liquids, here I have some oil. Oil flows slower than water does. It is actually more viscous. And I have, of course, other liquids here. It actually stuck to the bottom of this because it was a spill. That's how viscous these liquids are. And you can see how on the inside, how slow that bubble moves. That is because the liquid is so viscous, it resists movement so much that it takes a long time for the air to move inside of the container. For gases, they have three distinct, there's something called a gas law, and it has to do with pressure and temperature and also the volume of the space that gas takes. For example, you can put like hundreds and hundreds of balloons, the air inside of them, inside of a single canister of helium. You can take all that volume and put it into a small spot, so you can actually compress air, so it can take whatever volume you want it to have. But this also has an effect on pressure, because the smaller the volume is with the same amount of material, the higher the pressure is. And the higher the pressure is, and the smaller the volume, the higher the temperature. So temperature, pressure, and volume are connected when it comes to gases. So anyways, this is my review on solids, liquids, and gases. I hope you learned, and I hope that you keep learning. We're going to start talking about atoms. Okay, so get ready for that. Have a good day. Bye.